My video blog, we're going to show you how to take an image on Microsoft Word and get rid of the background so you can use it in other places. So we're going to do a couple things first, right? We're going to first just open up. I'm going to do it in Word. You probably can do it in other software programs as well, but Word's usually been really good to me. It's just easy, it's simple. Here, we'll open up something new. Sometimes it takes a minute, right? Okay, so just got a blank Word document open. I'm going to go back. I'm going to grab a picture and I'm just going to drag it over, right? So there was a picture of at the Coliseum. So what we're going to do is we're going to, once you have it in there, right, you click on the photo and then you can go to picture format. And it's really simple. Word has this feature. It says remove background, but you're going to have to do a little editing. Here, I'm going to maximize the screen so it's pretty easy to work with, so you can see where I got most of it. So click move background. It's going to take a minute or two, and you can see how, you know, my skin tone and the bricks on top, there's probably a little bit of features in there. So you have the two options, mark areas to keep, mark areas to remove. And you're going to have to go back and forth a little bit. So I'm going to do this, mark area to keep. And usually I start out pretty macro, right? So if you just circle an area, and then once we get into some of the finer editing, you'll see that the lines, if they're a little tighter, it'll make a bigger difference. But so definitely want this area to keep, and it may actually cut off some of my head when I do this, but ideally that's what I want to keep. See, all right, so here, let's do this. Sometimes you have to go through and do a zigzag across, and it'll, because it's trying to capture the colors, right? It's actually managing what are the pixels and what are they looking like. And so you'll see, like with different pictures, it works a little differently. Sometimes you have to just do a straight line through the middle. It'll do it. Other times, all right, so now we got that. So now let's see if we can draw a line through this and say I want to get rid of that. Yeah, line through here, I want to get rid of that. Line through there, I want to get rid of that. Line through here, I want to get rid of this. Line there. And sometimes you'll find you have to come back in. See there, it just made a line because some of the coloring is so close, right, that it'll become more micro. And so, and here's the other thing with these little specks, like you see that little spot under my ear. When you go to use this on another program, especially if you have other backgrounds or you're using it for other functions, it won't matter. It won't stick out like you think it will. And I'll show you why here in a second, right? Like this spot down here in between the arms, like that little bit of texture helps show the differentiation in an arm that's there. It's almost like showing a crease. So that's pretty good. But watch this. So here's the changes. And there you can see sort of the ruggedness along the edge. But I'm going to say that's okay, just run with it. If you did want to go back in, just go back to your remove background feature again, mark areas to remove, and very finely, if you have a tablet and like an Apple Pen or something, you can go back in and clean up a few of these. But at the end of the day, for what I'm trying to do here, it's really good. You know, and this is, if you're competing with somebody that's got, you know, six-figure graphic design artists working with them, yeah, of course that's what you're going to expect. But you're doing this at home in literally just a couple minutes, not having to pay for any software or anything else that's there. Okay, so then once you got the image there, I mean, save this however you want it, but you can just copy it. Copy the image, right? Right-click, Control-S, Command-S, whatever you do. I'm going to minimize it for now just so it's there and accessible. I'm going to go to Canva. So I've already got Canva open. Let's do a Twitter post, right? So Canva will preset your, I'll maximize this. Canva will preset your optimized size, right? And then I'm just going to paste it in there. It won't let me right click and do it, so I'm just going to do the Control V or the Command V function, and that lines it in. So now here's your photo, right? You can do all sorts of things to it. You can make it a little bigger. If you want to crop some of your photo, right, you could use like this much. If you want to use just the head, whatever it is. So I want to use the full amount. let's do this. We're going to pull this out a little bit so I can, all right, so we're not making it any smaller or any narrower, but we'll scale it that way. So I'm going to stick it over here. We'll put it in the right corner, right? Because you can line up edges and things that are good. So now let's throw a background in here. Let's see what happens. What does it look like? That's terrifying. Gray background, white, and you can see the different backgrounds, what they do with that, those rougher edges, right, that we had. If you did a black background, black's even more pronounced, right? White, little less gray. How about blue? You can also pick a color too if you wanted, right? You could find something that's more, and find the different colors that go with it. So I want something that's a little more rustic, right? So it blends just a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna go there. Now let's add some features to this. So we're gonna put in an element. What do we want to talk about in this photo? How about just be cool? So be cool. We'll make sure, right? It's free version, so we get all the things. I don't want to make it active like a video because it makes it a little bit tougher to post it right away. And then for this, we'll make it just a little cleaner up front. Let's talk about some ice. See what we got for options of ice. These are all, what do you think? What works for you? What works? Let's keep on scrolling. Here we go. We'll get down a little closer. How about, because what I'm really thinking is like a nice cube. There we go. We'll get down here where we've got something a little more. You know, let's throw this in there. This is a good one. So we'll throw this and this and that. See what happens if we flip it. Flip horizontal. How about flip vertical? Nope, definitely don't want vertical. Horizontal, perfect. So we'll throw you, drag you to scale, we'll throw you up in the corner, put you right about there, right? Because that's the other thing. Photos have, I'm gonna get this, and then we want some text. Let's throw some text in. We'll add a heading. How about we're using your skills on all sides now. We'll slide you up a little bit. Put you right about there. We'll add a subheading, because what is it that we're actually doing? Find out how to use what you already have to build out your creative side. And then the last thing, well, here we'll slide this down just a little bit, right about there. We'll back it up because I had already done that. Let's do this. I think one more, even it out. We'll do this. Boom. Perfect. And then one more. Where to go for more. Boom. All right. So I'll throw this in here. And there you go. There's your post. You're ready to go. So you can do two things, right? You can download it. PNG makes it small enough to work with. And it's awesome, right? And then the other place that we'll go is let's publish it to Twitter and see what happens. So this is, and you can see there's options. You can go to, you get a link for it, Slack, communications if you're in a Slack group, Pinterest might be a fun one to work with. You can dump it in your Dropbox or right into Google Drive. LinkedIn's usually pretty good. And then you have all sorts of other options, you know, print on demand things. But let's just go to Twitter. Yeah, so we'll publish to Twitter. So what's happening? Hey, check this out. Do you have tools at your disposal and want to learn more how to leverage their strengths? Be sure to check out the link for more information and for more information, period. Hashtag skills, hashtag success, hashtag growth. And you can tag some people on this too, but let's do this. So we'll publish it, preparing your design, and while that's publishing, let's go to Twitter and see what comes up. See how quickly it comes up here. We may have to go to my profile. Oh yeah, hey, check it out. Hey, check this out. Do you have the tools at your disposal and want to learn more how to leverage your strengths? Be sure to check out the link for more information. Right? And you know what? Let's add, this is the best part. Then we'll leave it as is. That's fine. This is good. All right, so get to it. You got a couple quick tools that only take you a couple minutes, and away we go. Thanks for joining. Be sure to subscribe, and if you have a comment on what you do, I'd love to hear it. All right, we'll talk to you soon. See ya.